England reached their first final after 55 years. Oh my, it's really a day to celebrate for the Three Lions and the people who support England all over there, guys. It's really something great to see to it that England has really reached this milestone in here on Rokan Sports. Guys, it's really overwhelming. I don't know how people are feeling, but the supporters of England all over the world are really great to see to it that they have seen themselves through to the final in there in a very good way, pleasing way. They really played very well today, and there is no way you cannot credit the coach who goes by the names of Gareth Southgate. Welcome to Rokan Sports. Please subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do here in a daily, and it's none other than RD to bring you this. England a final in 1966, and now, as we speak right about now, England is into the final again, and they are playing a team which goes by names of Italy after that win against the team which goes by the names of Denmark in there. So thank you, guys. Now I can bring you a statistic onto this screen that you really all want to watch, that England have reached their first major tournament final in 55 years since winning the 1966 World Cup on home soil. It's the longest gap between final appearances for any European nation in the history of the two competitions. Jubilations, England Euro final. There you are. England is already into the final, and it already sounds good, by the way, for a person like Southgate, who really missed out on a penalty in 1996 where they were playing a team which goes by names of Germany, and I think now he has really paid back to the team which goes by names of England, and I think the people that support England are really very much happy over this. So right now I want to really let you know that England is into the final. They've won their game against a team which goes by names of Denmark, and they are through to the final in there. That is the team which goes by names of England, and they are really jubilating and celebrating in there for the services of the man, their ex-international who goes by names of Gareth Southgate, who has served as their manager, and very many people have really come out and really talked good about him. But before I really go to those people who have really come through and talked and commented and given their views as far as his performance is concerned, allow me first give my verdict onto this. By the way, first and foremost, this is the final that we needed to watch, England versus Italy, because I feel like these are the two brilliant sides that we are left into in the tournament, and there is no way we would have enjoyed a final between Italy and Denmark or Spain, and a team which goes by the names of Spain, and a team which goes by the names of Denmark in there. So it's really a good final that we really want to see, people who love football, because when you look at England, they really improved from that side that really plays a defensive game to a side that really can really do some tiki-taka football, and they really pass out the game. They really have some quality players in there, and you've seen the quality of Raheem Sterling that has really seen them through to the finals in there. After sitting down two defenders in there, they fouled him and he really was put down. So to me, I really think there are very many positives into this game, though there are some negatives. But before we head into the negatives, allow us to head into what we call the positives of this game. One, first and foremost, a man who goes by the names of Gareth Southgate, give him credit on how he really planned his game, because players a game like this is really a tenacious game. You need players to be on their best, their minds. Remember, England went down fast and they conceded a free kick, meaning that their souls would have gone down, but the manager kept them pushing them. The captain Harry Maguire in there, they really kept on pushing their fellow players in there, and they really came up and they scored an equalizer, and they played the entire 90 minutes very well. They dominated the game. Statistics are onto a team which goes by the names of England. There is no way Denmark can really come and claim that they really deserve to win this one. The game that was played yesterday, the semi-final, Spain had all the power to come out and claim that they really deserved to win this one, because they were the better team on the day. But when it came to penalties, they really lost out after that man who goes by names of Morata really came out and did the worst. But we know, we people who support football, anything can happen when it comes to penalty kicks in there. So a man who goes by names of Morata himself, but Spain played very well, and they really had all the right to claim for the win yesterday. But guess what? They didn't go out there to claim for the win. What does that mean? It means England have done something great. They've dominated the game, and Denmark has no way they can claim for the win, because I never saw them really getting threatening chances in there. If at all it was there, it was only one. So there is no reason as to why Denmark should come in and claim for the victory. The defense really played very well because when you look at how things were going, apart from that Luke Shaw foul that really brought in the free kick, and the free kick was in a position that the goalkeeper could save, but I think the person who really took the free kick was better and was good at taking free kicks in there. So to me, I think England really played very well. The other positive is that Harry Kane coming back to the score sheet in there, it's something good and great because he now has close to 4 goals and he has equaled the record of Gary Lineker in there, and he has the right, he's in a better position to break it come Sunday in there at Wembley. If at all his scores will be at 11 goals, and those he will be ahead of Gary Lineker who has 10, Aaron Shearer who has 9, and a player who goes by the names of Wayne Rooney who has 7 in there. Those are the most number of goals that have been scored by the England player in major tournaments, World Cup and the Euros. Those are the major tournaments we are talking about. England through to the final. When you look at the midfield, I really don't like to see Gareth Southgate playing a Declan Rice and a player who goes by names of Kevin Phillips into that midfield pivot, because they are two players who do the same thing. So to me, I think it should be a Jadon Henderson playing alongside Declan Rice or Kevin Phillips. But Kevin Phillips today really had a very good game, and we saw the manager take off a man who goes by the names of Declan Rice for Jadon Henderson, and really the passing in the midfield was really far much better. But when you look at how England was playing, they really played very well. The possession was okay. They created chances, though lots of things really are lacking, especially into the game of the manager. He takes long to make substitutions in there. That is the manager of England. He takes really long to do these substitutions, and this is something I hate on a manager, because if at all you feel like you're the manager and you have quality onto your bench, you have Jadon Sancho, you have a Jack Grealish, you have who else? Jadon Henderson in there. Those are players of good quality in there, and they can really come and save you on any other day. And I feel like those are players that you should put onto the pitch anytime, because to me, I think England would have really won this game in the 90 minutes of the game if I told them if I told the manager really went out through and said, I'm really ready, let me really go all out to a team which goes by the names of Denmark. Because if I told you bring in a Jadon Sancho and a Jack Grealish, because Mason Mount really cannot really give you a game that you want. I understand what the manager is all about, because he really needs some big gun from the bench again, and that is Jack Grealish. The penalty was taken back in by a player who goes by the names of Harry Kane, and he really scored his 4th goal to the tournament. He's really into this lead of getting the golden boot, but England really looking great throughout the game. They really played very well, the composure, even when they were really a goal down. The way they played showed you that they felt like they're the big lads into this game, and they felt like anytime from now they're going to score goals, and goals came through in them, and the English are really through to the World Cup, they are really through to what we call the Euro final 55 years back, and they are now into their first major final in there, with a player who goes by the names of Harry Kane scoring that goal. Remember, the penalty was really saved by a player who goes by names of Schmeichel in there, and after saving that penalty, it really landed back into the foot of a man who goes by names of Harry Kane, and Harry Kane hit it in the back of the net in there. Now, after that win, we come through with the pundits and what they've said. The pundits we have Roy Keane on ITV said England showed courage, character, great leadership. Gareth deserves the credit. He's done a brilliant job. England deserved it, lucky with a penalty, but they deserved it. That's what Roy Keane said, that England deserved it. Gary Neville, you know him, a Manchester United legend in there. Wembley is mesmerizing. Gary Neville told ITV Denmark played a brilliant game but faded towards the end. His staff and his team have been unbelievable with this crowd. It's mesmerizing being in the stadium right now. That's what Gary Neville came out and said. So it's really nice to see to it that people come out and give kudos to the man who goes by names of Gary Southgate, taking England to its first final after 55 years. It's something big and better, and England really deserve to be really put to an applaud in there. Gareth Southgate, the manager, deserves one of the biggest applauds in there. Remember, he missed out on a penalty when he was when he was a player against Germany in there. I think it was the Euros in Germany in 1996 in there, and he missed out. Gary Neville continued and said that the standard of leaders in this country in the last couple of years has been poor. Looking at that man there, Gary Southgate, he's everything a leader should be: respectful, humble, telling the truth, genuine. He's fantastic. Southgate, he's unbelievable and has done a great job. That is Gary Neville in there for you. All right, now that's what the pundits have really come out and said. Now let's go to the player ratings of this game. When you look, especially England, because Denmark have no business with it. Normally, no United player plays for Denmark. In goal, Pickford, I'm giving him a 7 out of 10. Really made some couple good saves in there, and he was really very good night into there. That is Pickford in there for you. Kyle Walker, 6 out of 10. He was good defensively, but going forward, never really put England where it's supposed to be. Luke Shaw, I'm giving him a 7 out of 10 this time around. Remember, he had a 9 out of 10 in the game against a team which goes by the names of Germany and a team which goes by the names of Ukraine in there. But this time around, I'm giving him a 7 out of 10. Going forward very well defensively in there. Well, Harry Maguire, I'm giving him an 8 out of 10. By the way, he was the shield into that defense alongside the man who goes by the names of John Stones. I'm giving Harry Maguire an 8. Even John Stones, I'm giving him an 8 in there. Declan Rice, a 6, not bad for him. And Kevin Phillips really deserves a 7. He really did well. He played very well, Kevin Phillips. I like the way. By the way, I think Kevin Phillips has a better passing touch than a player who goes by names of Declan Rice in there. I think Kevin Phillips is far much better than Declan Rice when it comes to passing the ball in there. The other player is Mason Mount, 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. I don't really rate him highly, but I think Jack really should get a very much bigger team, and this time he should push for a move to Man City or United in there, any team that really wants him, because I think when he's playing for a team like Man City, there is no way Mason Mount is really going to come out and play up for him, because in such instances, such things matter. What matters is that what you put with the team that you play for really matters. The same applies to Jadon Sancho. It's something affecting him. When Jadon Sancho comes onto that pitch and plays for United, you are going to start seeing him being placed ahead of the Sakas and a player who goes by the name of Phil Foden in there, because he's playing for a big team. The reason as to why he never even appeared on the pitch today is because he plays for Borussia Dortmund. But after sealing his move to a team which goes by the names of Manchester United, we hope for the better for the lad who goes by the names of Jadon Sancho. And Raheem Sterling, a super 9 out of 10. I think he's my man of the match guy. Raheem Sterling really did great. Even in the first goal, he was there. He's the one that put pressure on the captain of Denmark, who goes by the name of Simon Kjaer, and he really saw himself netting in his own net in there, and he really crowed in an assist in there, and he really brought in another one into the 9 minutes of the second half of the extra time, and it was saved by a player who goes by the names of Peter Schmeichel in there, having a good day in goal in there, but his team let him down. Alright, the other player goes by the names of Harry Kane. I'm giving Harry Kane 7 out of 10. Yes, 7 out of 10 Harry Kane. That's what I'm giving you, because nothing much really apart from scoring that goal and really keeping the spirits of the fellow teammates high. Nothing else from Harry Kane that I really saw him do on the pitch apart from scoring the goal. I'm giving him a 7 out of 10 in there. And he missed the penalty, by the way, though he really got a rebounder in. But that is something that really was bad on a player like him, missing a penalty. I think he had a lot of pressure onto him, and that's not how he really takes penalties, because he took a really little one in there, but it was saved, and he really the ball got back onto his feet, and he really hit it back into the net. The other player that was onto the pitch was Bukayo Saka, responsible for the first assist. I think I'm going to give him 7 out of 10. The man that is benching Jadon Sancho in there, and he really did great. He really had some great moments, though I think the manager really delayed to take him off the pitch. That's something that I really thought, and I really think he would have been off the pitch earlier enough, because England really needed this win. They never needed to go into penalties, and thank God they have not gone there in there. And players that came on, Jordan Henderson, a 7 out of 10. He really played very well. Midfield got back to its shape, and by the way, when he was playing with Kevin Phillips, it looked like he is the ideal partner for Kevin Phillips in there, because he really played very well in there against a team which goes by the names of Denmark, and things changed in there, and he really played very. Jordan Henderson, Phil Foden, 5 out of 10, nothing much that he came with. Jack Grealish, a 7 out of 10. I don't know why he was taken off, and Kieran Trippier came on after England scoring a goal. Maybe whether he had an injury, I don't know, because he's an injury-prone player. But all in all, those are the players. Kieran Trippier, 5 out of 10, played close to 15 minutes in there into this game. So that's all we had in there. But England is through to the finals in there, and they are playing a team which goes by names of Italy. And let's wait and see what is really going to happen into the final. 3-4 Manchester United players are really looking forward to really get crowned as the European champions 2020 into the Euros. That is Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw, Marcus Rashford, and the player who goes by the names of Jadon Sancho, who agreed a deal in principle with Manchester United. And after the Euros, after Sunday, Jadon Sancho will be at United the next day. I think on Monday or Tuesday will be at I think Wednesday next week. Jadon Sancho will be at Carrington in there, and he will be given his shirt number, will be confirmed, and very many more stuff will be happening on that day. So we can't wait. But England is through to the final. Thank you guys for watching through. I'm Brokan David. See you later, and I'm out.